What's good, y'all? It's your guy Bendu, and welcome to the first Fan Friday comments video, dog. I know. I'm late to the party with this, John, but look, I'm here now. God damn it! But yeah, honestly, I have been looking forward to doing this because I want to get more interaction with you guys because I want this show to be more interactive than anything. So eventually, when I do get the live stream shit straight and I can do it, consistently, I want to start bringing you guys on, like just random fans on to chat with me and talk with me because that's my whole point of the show is to talk to people. So I'm going to go ahead and get it rocking. So this is the first comment from the AOC, the DSA article that I covered that video. And this is from Cash Monet. I think that's how you say it. And he commented, as you're seeing it here, it's a great article. The most interesting part was the DSA exposure. The DSA is essentially a feeder organization to funnel sheep into the Democratic Party. Also, you need to replace the battery in your smoke detector. Yes, I do. I'm a lazy fuck. I know. But yeah, you're 100% right on that comment, bro. Like the DSA, all of these institutions, whether it's, media institutions like the Interslept and the Young Turds, whoever it is, Sam Cedar, all them assholes. That's what they're there to do. You feel me? Whether they know they're doing it or not, the DSA definitely knows they're doing it. And, their whole point is to sheep herd people into the party. And it's like this whole concept of, and under the guise of the concept of, oh, we can reform the Democratic Party, we can elect these neoliberal candidates and push them left. And it's like that has never worked ever in the history of anything. So yeah, the DSA, you see them doing cover for AOC. I believe they even held that article because they knew the backlash it was going to get, like off rip. I think they knew the backlash it was going to get. So based off what she said in it. So yeah, you're definitely 100% right on both points, on the AOC point and that I need to replace my battery, man. So Cash Monet, thank you for the comment, bro. Keep commenting. You might get on here again. This is from MNG519. This is from my naked short selling video that I did with my guy Alfred. And his comment is, this is disgusting what they're doing. Should be able to make money investing, and these criminals make sure you don't by stealing your money. You're absolutely right, man. And it's like everybody's in on it. As Jimmy Dore would say, it's a big capitalist gangbang and you're not invited. Yeah, like this whole, like learning about the naked short selling thing from Alfred, man, that shit was mind blowing. And just, talking to him, I've been talking to him on Twitter, and everything, off cam and everything. And it's like, the more he tells me, the more, like, I honestly believe the game is rigged. And we know this. We knew this in 2008. We figured this out when the black guy with a Muslim name bailed out the banks and kicked 10 million people out of their homes. So that's how, a lot of people, especially millennials, woke up to how rigged the game is. And it's up to us to flip the board and say, fuck this, and not play the game at all, in my opinion. Unless you're dealing with Bitcoin, in my opinion. So yeah, man, it's fucked. Everybody from the DTCC, the SEC, all these people are involved. They're fucking people over. And especially these small enterprises, these innovative companies that employ hundreds and thousands of people, like just losing jobs. So, a lot of people, I realized in the back of my mind, I should have brought that up more in a video, but, and Alfred did a great job explaining it. It's not just, people investing and things like that. It's not just these business owners that are losing. It's people who work for these companies that they're destroying, like they tried to do with GameStop and all that. The people that work for a living are the ones that get hurt the most. So that story is very important, was very important, and I'm hella glad I covered it, man. And it was a great time talking to Alfred about it, man. Alfred's my guy. I really fuck with him. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next question. So this is from Hamza Mir. This is from 3 weeks ago, I believe, on my Assange video, I think. And he asked me if I was going to DC for the Assange rally they had there, and unfortunately I did not make it there. And I explained to him one of the reasons why I couldn't make it is because I don't live too far from DC, but I had a job at the time. I work a day job. But I put this comment in here because one of the things I want to start doing on the ground reporting. You feel me? Like that's one of the things I want to do, especially if there's something in DC where I can get there. You feel me? And I could cover things. Whether it's New York, I live about 4 or 5 hours from New York, and I honestly eventually start traveling. Like one of my goals I want to get to, I want to go to China. I really want to go to China. and see the country for myself. I trust people like Danny Haifong, Max Blumenthal, Aaron Matei, Ben Norton. I trust their reporting, but it's nothing like seeing it and experiencing it for yourself. So that's definitely one of the things I want to do. Unfortunately, I currently lost my job, so I can't really fund, getting the equipment I would need to do that and the travel expenses and everything. But it's something I'm keeping in the back of my mind that I definitely want to do. So I brought that on here because I wanted to let you guys know on the ground reporting is something that I definitely want to get into. So, thank you, Hamza Mir, for your comment. I hope I said your name right, bro. So I'm going to move on to the next comment. This is from Soliman, and this is from 2 weeks ago. This is from my Housing First video, and his comment is his 2 comments. I put the 2 comments on here. If a housing first approach is taken regarding homelessness, I wonder if it will not only and most importantly concretely address housing inequality, but also be a step towards delegitimizing the therapy and NGO charity industries, i.e. little to no need for psych professionals and excessively paid CEOs. And this is his second comment that I put on here. On a different but similar note, some of those same industries, therapy and NGO, also benefit from unemployment. Psych professionals are deployed to legitimize the neoliberal state, treating unemployment as if it's a mental health program / problem, as if it's a mental health problem / moral failing. And the charities can get free labor if people are coerced to volunteer. The American an American Autopsy voice, they need to be aired the fuck out, bruh. Goddamn right, airing the fuck out, bruh. But yeah, you're 100% right. So I'm gonna comment on your first comment. Comment on your first comment. That's a lot of comments. It's like a crisis on infinite comments. Yeah, man, a housing first approach, it will honestly alleviate a lot. Obviously people are going to have mental health, but I really think we need to restructure our whole healthcare and just how we view health in America. Like, everything from body and, wellness to teaching these things from an early age, and especially growing up in a black household and everything. Mental health is not something that's touched on a lot. My father has been more open about it, and my mom definitely, but my dad I always felt like I couldn't talk to my dad, and this is me kind of getting personal, but I always felt like I couldn't talk to my dad about certain things, so I would stay quiet with him. But I lived with him for about a couple months, a couple years back, like 2 or 3 years back now, I think, or maybe 2 years. And we talked about it, man, and it was like great to talk about it. And honestly, we need to do more of that in black communities, but in every community, in poor communities. So, but you're definitely right. Getting rid of that NGO charity industry, man, I would be right there towards that. But we need to make sure we craft, health, proper health solutions and everything. And going into your second comment, though, you kind of mentioned that, where it's like they try to, it's kind of like a neoliberal propaganda thing with the mental health awareness and everything. And it sucks because mental health, like I said, it's a real thing. It's a real thing that affects and plagues people, but it's a cause of the system, of the fucked up system that we live in. And just, going to the, psychologist, taking pills and shit like that. One of my homies talks to me about that all the time. I used to disagree with him, but slowly but surely I've come to agree with him more. But healthcare obviously has a big part in that, seeking the help, but just throwing people on pills and everything doesn't help. And honestly, I've been kind of thinking about, what if we had psychologists, people that you talk to, like a shrink that you talk to somebody, but it's like a real person. Because that's honestly why I don't go to a therapist, because I can't get over the concept of paying somebody to listen to my thoughts, knowing they don't really give a fuck. If I wasn't paying them, they wouldn't be listening or give a fuck. And then on top, it kind of reminds me of like people that like pay for prostitutes and shit like that. Like, I can't get off on knowing the only reason this girl is here is for my money. But really, is that any different than marriage? I'll leave the comedy to Jimmy Dore. But I can't get off, knowing that this girl is only here because I'm paying her. I want that kind of like emotional connection, kind of that friendship connection and everything before, Get your chicken groove. I've been in the 70s kick lately, but and I can't sing, but yeah, I definitely feel what you're saying, man, because I can't see a therapist personally because of that. I can't get over the fact that this person's only here because I'm paying them to be here. So we definitely need to restructure how we look at it, man. So I agree with you. Thank you, Soliman, for commenting. Keep commenting, bro, and you'll make it on here again. Where are we at now? Okay, this is Ronin 1000. You are fired today. It's the only way to approach politicians. It needs to be evidence based, not I think they meant well. Do you think the rich tolerate that type of magical thinking? And I fucked with that a lot because it's like, he's adding on to the fact that I talk about a lot on the channel about how it doesn't matter if AOC or Ilhan Omar or any of these politicians mean well. They're doing fucked up, corrupt shit. They're acting as if they're in alignment with the corrupt neoliberal Democratic politicians. And guess what? Newsflash, because they are. They're protecting their careers, especially somebody like Ro Khanna and AOC who have aspirations for the White House or higher. So it's like, you have to call that shit out when you see it and not pussyfoot around it. That's why I fuck with Jimmy's approach, man. He talks to them like an everyday dude would. If they were to talk to some random motherfucker on the streets, they're going to talk to him like how Jimmy Dore talks to him, maybe worse. So the fact that they can't, and look, I give Ro Khanna props. He had balls for actually coming on Jimmy Dore's show. Jimmy pressed him. And he didn't have any answers. He was tap dancing around that shit. Just like how when Andrew Yang went on Crystal and Kyle's show, and this motherfucker, when they asked him about BDS, he was sitting there bullshitting the whole time. I'm going to be doing a video about that on Monday as well, but he was doing the and giving politician answers and shit because he got pressed on the streets about that shit too. But yeah, like the rich don't tolerate that shit. As soon as they see somebody, going against their will, they literally pull their money out and put the backing against their opponent and get them the fuck out of here. We need to have the same type of mentality. So, Ronin 1000, you're 100% right, bro. Thank you for your comment, and I agree with you. This is Hamza Mir again. I hope I'm saying your name right. Speak more about Assange, and that's definitely a critique I've been levying at myself because I get so caught up in the the normal political bullshit that's going on that I don't cover Assange like I need to. He needs to be covered more. So, Hamza Mir, that's something that I'm definitely going to be talking about more on the channel. Thank you for giving me that comment, bro. I need to step that up. And I realized that. So thank you for commenting that to me, bro. And this is going to be kind of not an ether. Like I'm not going to come at this person, but I wanted to put kind of like somebody who didn't agree with me into this thing and this is the last one. This is Tossing Salt Outreach. I think that's what it's called. And he edited his comment too, but he said, and this is about me when I was talking about Syria and how it's like a whole proxy war to stop Russia from putting a pipeline through Syria and everything. That's why we're in Syria. And this is his comment. And also about the EcoWatch article by, what's his name? I think John F. Kennedy Jr. or Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Robert Kennedy Jr., one of them. Just go look up that EcoWatch, Google EcoWatch Syria and Kennedy. But, and this is Tossing Salt Outreach. This is his comment. And nobody thinks Russia holding the European people hostage via their oil and gas monopoly a problem. I understand why the Western forces are there. Okay. It seems like there is no resolution and that conflict is bound to happen. Nobody thinks that possibly Uranium One is real and was supposed to spark a false flag in order to get the American people to support open war with Russia and Iran. Syria might have gas. However, the pipeline starts in Qatar. It's meant to give Europe a alternative to Russian oil. And he's about 25% right in what he said in his comment. So I'm going to respond to that by saying that, look, man, I don't understand why. Well, I understand why they're there, but what I'm saying is it's wrong. They shouldn't be there, especially for fucking oil and mass murdering people, all that bullshit. And it's like, you're talking about this whole Uranium One false flag thing and all that. Look, I agree with you somewhat on that. that, you know, Hillary Clinton was doing all these deals with countries, like while she was critiquing Trump for being in bed with Russia, she herself and her fucking piece of shit husband were in bed with Russia. So yeah, I definitely feel you. However, yeah, the pipeline does start in Qatar, and the whole point of going in and overthrowing Syria was so that they could run the pipeline through Syria and overthrow Assad, because Assad said no. So yeah, it starts in Qatar, but it's going to run through Syria. It has to run through Syria. So that's the whole point of those countries. I believe it was Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Qatar, the UAE. They all got together with the United States and said, we have to take this guy out. So that doesn't disprove anything I said or anything that Robert Kennedy said in that EcoWatch article. So I'd recommend you actually go read the article. And he, in that article, he goes into the history of Syria and how we tried to overthrow them in the 50s and everything. So really dope article. But yeah, man. So I think you should read up on that more, because none of what you're saying is, you know, disputing or disproving anything I said in that video. So, yeah. So yeah, that was the last comment, guys. That was the American Autopsy first official comment video. I hope eventually I'll get to the point where I'm reading these comments live, or I'm just doing a live stream and I'm reading your comments there. So yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in. Again, this is kind of like a fan appreciation thing, man. I really appreciate y'all showing me the love that y'all show me, man. And I just appreciate it, man, because I started this channel just liking to talk politics. My family, you know, is getting tired of me talking politics. My friends are getting tired of me talking politics, except my friends that I talk politics with. But then I'm starting to realize a lot of my friends buy into the neoliberal bullshit. but yeah, so this is just kind of, it's an outlet for me to talk politics on here and like connect with people, honestly. So yeah, but again, thank you guys for all the love you show me, and I will see you next Friday, man. Peace. For the comment show. I'm going to be back Monday doing, you know, the regular videos and everything. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays and Saturdays are live streams, and maybe every other Saturday. So I may live stream these first 2 Saturdays, but after these, you know, back-to-back Saturdays, but after that it's going to be every other Saturday. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys, and peace. Easy.